Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chalk Talk here on DK Pittsburgh Sports. Chris Halicke here to break down Aaron Rodgers' performance against the Chargers. It was not pretty at all. 16 of 31 for 161 yards, one touchdown, two picks. Somehow, I don't know how, but PFF gave him a slightly better grade than his performance against the Patriots in Week 3. I don't see it. To me, this is his worst. However, I do think that it wasn't just Aaron. There were some issues with pass protection, but still saw some of the things that when Aaron was under duress with the Jets, for those of you who watched my entire series on Aaron Rodgers' 2024 season, you might remember that when he was getting hit early and often, he would get skittish, he'd get flustered, and it affected his play. This definitely happened in this game, so it's not just Aaron, but he still has to play better than this. First play here that I have 11 plays, so let's hurry up and get through this. First play here, Aaron drops back. He's definitely looking right. He's looking for I think he's looking for Freiermuth coming out here, who's trying to work through contact and then break here to the inside. The problem is that Broderick Jones gets beat so quickly here to the inside that, Aaron doesn't have time to sit in the pocket and allow and have time to hit Freiermuth whenever he's got separation there. So what Rodgers has to do pretty much at this point is to roll out, get his eyes downfield. This is actually when he's made some good throws. Those who remember the Bengals game, he did this several times against the Bengals, and it resulted in some pretty big plays. And here he's got DK streaking down the field, and he ends up beating the safety over the top. And with the right throw over the top here, he can hit Metcalf. And so he tries to hit this. Now he throws this off platform, falling the other way, throws downfield, and he ends up throwing it over Metcalf's head. So it's an early miss. It sucks. It's not ideal. It's not the end of the world at this point, though. He's definitely looking to this side, looking to Freiermuth's side. It's not there. Broad just gets beat badly here. He tries to hook underneath. This is never the position you want to see your left tackle in. Rodgers does what he can to and again, when Rodgers is rolling here, we don't have eyes toward the quarterback. There's no other real option here other than trying to hit DK, who beat his man deep. It's not there. It's thrown over his head. He's not going to get there. All right. Safety here. This one's tough to watch. Now, I don't have time to put every drop back, but by this point, including the last one, Rodgers has hit his back foot and had a dude like on him. And so he's had to either move or take hits. This is what we're talking about. Freiermuth here is going to end up getting open. And the problem is that Aaron's looking in this direction. And Metcalf is running this kind of like double move here, and then Freiermuth is just running this little in route underneath, and this is open. The Chargers, now I will say the Chargers ran with a lot more man coverage than expected, and this is man for sure. You got guys latching on and grabbing, and back foot hits, looking in this direction. I don't know why we're turning this down. I don't know why we're not hitting that. It's 3rd and 7. You hit that. Freiermuth's at the 13. He has to get to the 16. But if that's thrown with anticipation, he can catch this and turn up field and, get to that 16-yard line. If you back foot hits and get rid of this, it's probably caught right there. And then Freiermuth can catch it and then try to turn up field and get to that 16-yard line. It's very possible. At least gives yourself a chance. Instead, he decides to turn it down, looks to the other side. Now Gainwell's open. Gainwell's open. Running this little Texas route, running this little angle route right here. He's open. We turn that down too. I don't know why. but we turned that down. Instead, we're going to try to, get through this little spot here, but he can't see that Troy lost his block. But even then, we got double coverage on Metcalf over here. We got single coverage over here on Austin, and he's locked down. There's no separation there. But we turned down this first, and then when we work to the other side of the field, we turn this down. Like, why are we turning these throws down? Legitimate questions. And, we know what happens from there. He gets himself in trouble. Again, he looks right first, but, for 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, he's looking to this side for long enough to see that Freiermuth should be open. Now, if he's looking at Metcalf and he's not, if he's just completely zeroing in on Metcalf, then I don't know. I don't know. But that can't be turned down. You look to this side, Gainwell's right there. You can't turn that down. We turn it all down. It's not good. It's bad. Okay, next play. Okay, so we still had some good throws in this one. I wanted to put these two in there because, when Rodgers had some time and could really sit in the pocket, he made some good throws. Now, this one, he kind of hitch, working. He's waiting until Metcalf gets on the other side of this backer right here, running that quick little slant to the inside, hits him. It's a little high, but it's on the, it's a good throw. It's thrown with zip. It's right there for Metcalf to catch. He gets it, catches it, first down. It wasn't completely terrible from Aaron. I like the patience here. The offensive line gave him patience. And no, that's a good throw. It's not even thrown high. That's a good throw. Right there. Always take that. And then, later in the same drive, you move Austin in motion over to the other side. Washington here is going to run a basic. And again, it's, zone coverage from the Chargers. You wait for him to get into this window. And this is thrown with, capital A anticipation. Separation of the ball is right there. And Washington's not even on the other side of that defender. And it's thrown with a lot of zip. Right on the money. Between two defenders, tight window. It's just a great throw from Aaron. Again, ball separates there. And you can see ball separates there, and you can see, from where Washington is there. He's definitely not on the other side of the defender there. That's a perfect throw. I remember seeing this live. I was like, that is a seed right there. It's a great throw from Aaron. So it wasn't all bad, and what was the one common thing there with those two throws is clean pocket, time to throw, time to go through progressions, time to watch the play develop. That is a part of this. It's not just the fact that it's not like Aaron was sitting back there in clean pockets all night and sucking. However, later in this same drive, change of the quarter, you move the guy in motion. Jono here is running a deep out, and the Chargers appear to be in this looks like it's some sort of split field coverage where you're running cover 2 on this side and cover 4 on this side. So you got, quarters here. Or wait, hold on. Yeah. And you've got quarters on this side. So this defender is reading the number 1. Then this defender should be reading, if that's what they're doing, reading the number 2. And it does look like he's kind of looking in that direction first. But as it is with a cover 4 or quarters coverage, this corner latches on to the number 1 receiver, and he goes with him. Now, I don't know if this safety here thinks, if it is quarters on that side of the field, if he thinks that since Jono was in that guy's zone that he's going to latch on. So he kind of helps with this. So this safety kind of latches onto and helps with that receiver down there. But either way, Jonnu ends up wide open right here. I mean, wide open. It's a busted coverage either way. And Aaron, again, you got a clean pocket. 52's, coming in, but it's not terrible. I mean, you can make this throw. And he just sails it. I mean, it's really high. Jonnu has to go up and get it. He's not able to come down with it. It's initially called a catch, but it's reversed. I mean, again, there's not really that's a clean enough pocket. It's plenty of time to throw. You're not under pressure. You can step up and make the throw. Let's go back and look at this. If this ball is thrown on the money and Jonnu catches this right there, he can catch and turn upfield. This might be a touchdown. Like maybe one of these defenders, is able to crash down on Jonnu and stop him short of the goal line. But this is without a doubt first and goal. Probably inside the 5. It's just these kind of misses can't happen, especially if it's not like he had a guy bearing down on him or anything. Like this is just a miss. And it can't happen. It can't happen. This one, and this is the very next play. So you're at third down, and you're running dragon on this side, and you got to get to the 20, I believe it is. Let's see. Yeah, you got to get to the 19. So you have to get, let's see, right there. Like that's the first down marker. Now, it's not ideal. But why, oh why, if Metcalf wins this, why aren't you hitting this slant? Back foot hit DK on the slant there. Who knows especially with it being man coverage, this defender is not going to be in the play because he's trying to get to Gainwell there. I mean, Metcalf can catch this. If he catches this in stride, again, you have to get to the 19. Like, that's where you're trying to get. There's a real shot that he gets there. With how big and strong and fast Metcalf is, real chance that Metcalf can catch that and get upfield. Now, this defender might have put a heavy hit on the number 4 in his chest. But again, you give yourself a shot. This gives you no shot. Throw into the flat, no chance. This is predetermining a throw before the snap, and because there's no watching this develop. I mean, I understand looking to the flat first, because with the way Dragon works, you get slant here, you get the flat there. If you don't read the flat first, you'll never get a chance to get to him. Like, you'll never get a chance. Now, I understand that when you see this and the closest defender is there, I understand wanting to throw it. But whenever I see no hole defender right there, and I know that Metcalf has the inside leverage, I've got to turn my eyes and I've got to throw that slant, in my opinion. You check the flat first for sure, just to see if it's there. But if you can see out of the corner of your eye that this is open, you got to throw it. Especially if there's no hole defender here. If one of these guys, or if this linebacker, comes over and, takes that away, I understand. That's why you check the flat first. But with no hole defender there, man, you got to throw that. Got to throw it. In my opinion. Could be wrong. Aaron could come up to me tomorrow and say, yeah, dude, you're wrong. All right. That's just how I see it. Next play here. Move this forward. This is the interception. No, this is okay. So we got cover 1 here. Chargers are kind of showing 3 deep defenders, but they do latch on. Actually, no, this is definitely, this looks like robber for sure, because you get this safety crashing down. Either way, you've got man coverage here. This is, again, 98's kind of bearing down. Faltano does get over there. So you have a clean enough pocket. I feel like this needs to be thrown just a little bit earlier. You get a better chance to get this over the top. But with Austin's speed, you trust him to get past the defender, and he does. I mean, if you put this over the top, I mean, Austin catches this. Or at least he should. He did drop 2 passes. But you at least make the right throw. And again, this is just underthrown. Now, it's not that Aaron doesn't have the arm strength. We've seen him throw some ridiculous passes downfield this season. He's got the arm strength. But, the timing of this, I feel like it needs to be better. This right here, I believe, is the interception. The first one, I'm not showing the second one. That's definitely not an Aaron. Hit Calvin right in the hands and went right into Dante Jackson's hands. I mean, that's not on the quarterback at all. Now, whenever I saw this live and I saw, break and, it looks like he's doing this little... I didn't feel like Metcalf did enough to get separation there. But either way, this is thrown way too high. It's just another pass that gets sailed. It's the right read. I mean, if Metcalf is able to get on the other side of that, it's the right read. So I like the read. I like everything except for the throw. Well, not everything. I felt like Metcalf could probably do a little bit better, to not like leak so much. If this is supposed to be a dig and go straight across, then go straight across. Don't kind of leak out a little bit, but that I'm not sure of. I really, really don't know. I don't know if it was called for it to be a dig or a post. But either way, that throw was too high. It's on the quarterback. That can't happen. Again, we look at it from Rodgers' perspective here. Throw comes out. I mean, it's not open, but again, I'm when you're looking at. Whenever I was looking at it, and we're sitting like press box is like in that corner right there. Here, let me point that better. It's like in that corner. And so I saw what he was looking at, and I did think that it was going to get open because I thought this was going to go across. It wasn't there. Sails a throw. It's not good. All right, I believe this is the sequence here. So final 3 plays, and then we're done. They had been running the ball, working well. Finally, actually committed to running the ball. They get down here in the red zone, and then they try to be a little fancy. They move Skoranek in motion. They're looking like they're going to make this look like a wide zone run to the right, and instead, Aaron's going to fake to that side, and then he's going to pop. And they're looking for Metcalf on this quick hitter there. But they're not expecting Dupree to pretty much stay up. They're expecting Dupree to crash down so that window can be open, and you're pretty much just hitting Metcalf here so that he can catch and just turn up field. I don't like the play call. I don't. Again, you're running the ball well. It's 2nd and 6. I don't like it. I just don't. It's my own opinion. Now, if Dupree crashes down and it works, great. But that's not what happened. I don't like veering from running the ball. It is what it is. And Aaron makes the right decision here. If this really is a one read play and that's it. If it's not there, then you have to figure out a way, and he throws it down at Warren's feet. Just live to fight another down. Fine with that. Fine with the decision. Don't like the play call. This is me. I would have ran the ball again. If you don't get it, you at least get the 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. Give yourself a really good opportunity to get another first down, or at least, or possibly even get a touchdown. This play here, this is 3rd and 6. Just this whole sequence really just, again, Chargers here. Again, they ran a little bit more man coverage than I think the Steelers were expecting. And this right here is probably more of, okay, this is what Mike Tomlin was talking about. Not enough guys getting open, because we got Jonnu here. He's covered up. Gainwell's really the only one open. Fryermuth's out here in the flat. He's covered. We got Austin here. He's covered. Double covered, actually. You got Metcalf. He's double covered. I mean, there's nobody open. Gainwell's the only one open. And then on top of that, Rodgers sails the throw. So again, we miss. It's the only open option. If he catches this, if he doesn't sail this, he catches it at the 8. Maybe he makes the guy miss and he's able to get up. But again, at least you give yourself a chance. I don't have a lot of faith just because, having to catch, this defender is already bearing down on Gainwell. I don't have a lot of faith that, the first down's coming. It's probably going to be 4th down at this point, and you're probably not going to gain very much. You might gain 2 yards at the most. But again, you give yourself 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 6. Okay. So that one I put kind of on the receivers. Nobody really gets open, but kind of all on the play call. There's, again, where are we attacking the middle of the field? There's nothing in the middle of the field. I mean, you eventually get Austin breaking to the middle of the field there, but, I definitely don't have time. I mean, Aaron doesn't have time to sit back there and let this thing, work out so he can try to hit that. He's got to hurry up and get rid of it. So, I do like the play call here better on, this is just, this is a good play. Good play here by really picking Frazier so that 92 goes free. That's just really good defensive play up front. Really good play. And then final play here. I mean, we know where Rodgers goes, but we got double coverage here on Metcalf. And then, Freiermuth moves in motion. And let's see. So we have Johnny running this. Austin's running. So we have Johnny running this. Austin's kind of running out here. And the Freiermuth is going to run this underneath. Now, you've got to get to the 4. Now, Rodgers said after the game probably should have worked the backside of the play. So let's look at the backside of the play. I mean, this is, by the way, this is a predetermined throw. And this is not the first time he did it. We already saw him do it once. Predetermined throw. It's into double coverage. It's not a good decision. It's just not. But if we were to work this side right here, and yeah, you see 3 versus 4, it's not usually a good decision to do that. But actually it's 3-on-3 because this guy's not really part of it. So it's 3-on-3, but again, you're going to probably know, that this route and this route are going to rub for that underneath. And, Freiermuth does a good job, get separation. I mean, if Rodgers works this, throws that, I mean, if he throws it, it's probably about right there. Freiermuth has the separation. That's a first down and maybe even a touchdown. But it's at least a first down. You move the chains, you get inside the 4, 1st and goal, you go again. Maybe he even gets into the end zone. So I like the play call, but you predetermine the throw. It's not a good decision. I mean, that you can see here, Rodgers never even thinks about this side. This is just trying to freeze the safety and then put this up for Metcalf. It's not there. This is the kind of stuff. So when Rodgers was not at his best with the Jets, it was when he was under duress early and often. That happened in this game. When that happened, it would be first read and then everything else is a failure. That's what happened in this game. There was no working through progressions. There was no anything like that. And then there was predetermining throws before the snap. You would look at the defense, try to decide what you were going to do, and be like, all right, no matter what, I'm going to DK here. If I see a safety over the top, I'm going to try to look him off and then try to go to him, whatever it is. It was all predetermined before the snap, and you would not let the play work itself out because you don't want to get hit. And that was a problem with the Jets. This is really the first time we've seen him do this almost throughout an entire game for the Steelers, and it showed. It was not a good performance at all. So, hoping that Aaron bounces back from that. It was not a good game for him at all. I don't think it was all him. Again, the offensive line, Broderick's got to be better. Aaron also has to understand that you're going to have to try to do a little bit more from the pocket, even if it means you take a few extra hits. You don't want to have to do that. You're 41 years old. You don't want to get hit. I get it. I'm 38, and I have a hard time getting bed out in the morning. He's a professional athlete at 41. I can't imagine at 41 years old, or even at 38 years old, that I want to spend my nights getting drilled by 300-pound men. But it's the job you signed up for. And it's hard to play quarterback in this league if you're not willing to stand in the pocket and to make throws. Now, we've seen him do it this season. We've seen the offensive line also be better than they were in this game. This was kind of everything. This is kind of the perfect crap storm. It was a lot of bad things happening all at one time. So we'll see if they can get it cleaned up before they play the Bengals, because that defense is still pretty terrible, and they won't have Trey Hendrickson, and they traded away Logan Wilson to the Cowboys, so it better get better next week. So anyway, catch you guys on the Flippity Flip. We'll see you later.